Hey guys, so right now I'm back on the streets, and this time, yes, I am back in Po again. And I just picked up this little box right here. And yeah, you can't really see what's inside, but you guys will see pretty soon. Okay guys, I am back, and that's right, I have brought back this brown box. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when you guys order overseas, because I haven't been home to order ever since I've been working here and living in Hong Kong, actually, so I don't really know how the packaging comes. But one thing that people are very particular here in Hong Kong when they buy things and they collect whatever, they are very particular about everything from the the crease on a box, from any wear and tear, anything, which I guess you could, but seriously, over here they take it to the extreme, because obviously for us, when we're back in other countries and we have to mail order, if the packaging comes slightly a bit damaged, you're not really that big of a deal, because you mostly care about what's inside. But here in Hong Kong, they take it up to the next level. They will inspect a box like to the degree for anything, and it's just, wow, it's just massive. I mean,
this is like brick. This is not supposed to be here. This is like a slice. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is live. See, this is why I can open things up. This is damaged. This is damaged. I'm going to report this on eBay.
One of these days, you guys are going to see, I'm going to do a video on how people, judge their products here in Hong Kong. It's just unreal, guys. But anyway, so just not too long ago from, again, Po, and this is basically one of the smallest types of Megatrons I've seen. And we're going to do an unboxing real quick. So real quick, I'm going to go ahead and pop this open. I actually did pop it open when I was at the shop, because what we do now at shops is we'll go ahead, especially for third-party products of any kind, we'll go ahead and inspect it there, because in Hong Kong, there's not really good customer service. We get cheap prices, guys, but customer service isn't that great. So,
Mister, if you don't shut up, I'm going to kick 100% of your... Sure, problem?
When you do come here, I suggest you do inspect the box and open up the product to make sure there's no damage, especially if you're going with third party, because they will not refund you, they will not care, and once you fly back, you have no way to contact them anyways. So here it is, and basically, here we go. This is by JinBao, okay, the third-party company called JinBao, and they call this the Destroy Emperor. That's right, the Destroy Emperor. I love these kind of like Chinese to English translations. I mean, they're coming up with very unique names to, obviously, not be like sued immediately, but but in any case, I mean, it's good to know that, they definitely try to keep up somewhat with, accuracy in some sense with just a name. But here's the back of the box, and you can see there it is right there. There's Megatron. Okay, he comes with a lot of accessories. He comes with a lot of accessories, I can see. And so we're gonna go ahead and basically pull this open from the side. Now, one thing, okay, for myself, okay, with these third-party companies, I don't really care too much about the packaging. I really, for us, we should only care about the product itself. It's not branded, so we don't really, if the box is damaged, it's damaged. If you can get a good price, that is all that counts for these third-party products. Obviously, if you're gonna go for more like, the genuine, legit licensed stuff like Hasbro and Takara Tomy, then yes, you're gonna give a bit more caring for those boxes, guys, seriously. But for this, hey, after I, take this out, display it, whatnot, the box is gonna go in the, it's gonna go in the bin, guys. It's gonna go in the bin. So here we go, and there it is right there. There is the front. You can see there is the, wow, one of the smallest looking Megatrons that is transformable, by the way. I'm sure we're talking about small and transformable Megatrons I have ever seen. I do know there's another company that had done it. I just looked on the net. I forgot quite well what it was, but this is, okay, the JinBao version of the very small size Megatron, okay? Comes with his instructions, all right? And yeah, there's just a ton of parts. Now, in just a moment, we're gonna go ahead and get a close-up look at each of the pieces, and we'll see all the accessories this comes with, guys, so stay tuned. Oh, yeah, by the way, totally forgot, guys, totally forgot. Before we do those close-up shots, let me tell you exactly how much I actually paid for this, okay? Because that's the most important thing, is I wanna show you guys what the comparison is for prices out here in Asia compared back home, back in the States, Canada, or other countries that import these wonderful, excellent items. Only paid 115 Hong Kong dollars. That is no joke, guys. 115 Hong Kong dollars, which is roughly about 15 US bucks, right? Only about 15 US bucks. And when I checked on the net, again, I am just like astonished. They're selling it for double the price. I see it online for like over 30 US dollars, man. 30 US bucks. It's a big difference in price. It kind of really makes me think like, wow, geez. I mean, I know everyone's got to make their money, but geez, you know, you're talking about double the prices, but then again, I guess you guys can blame, you know, the import tax, whatever. I don't know how the companies function. I just know it's like, wow, it's just double of what the price is, you know. One of these days, I really wish I knew how to, you know, translate or go to those big factories back in mainland China, because I'm sure those things will be even more dirt cheap, guys. What do you know? All right, let's go for close-ups. All right, everyone, so here is a list of his accessories that it comes with. It's just, you know, it's quite a lot of accessories. So the first things we see right here are basically, okay, energy blast effects, from small energy blast effects to longer ones. He's got 3 separate ones. And then you come over here to one that actually fits on the nozzle of his pistol. And here you can see right now he also has that beam pistol he was using on Cybertron mine chip, but it didn't work. And so also, going back, you can see he also comes with his energy ball and chain. He also comes with open hands and a pair of hands with pointy fingers. 2 different types of facial gestures. You can see Happy Megatron, Subtle Megatron, and of course the current face that he comes with is the Angry Megatron. But overall, I mean, they did a pretty good job, you know, for this price that you can get for the sculpt. So that he comes with his gun components. There's his stock, okay? There's his actually arm cannon, or you can say his scope, when he uses it in its gun form. And then here's his extended barrel right there. And as a very added bonus, you can see he also comes with the key to Vector Sigma. And standing right next to Vector Sigma's key is Kremzeek. Kremzeek, I believe. He was one of those types of energy, types of monsters he created in one of the episodes of the first generation Transformers. This boy, he just loves eating anything that is electronic. Pretty much he is its own power source, and he feeds off of all power sources. I think by far he's got to be the smallest Kremzeek figure up to date, since this is actually one of the smallest Megatrons that are transformable. Now here we have him in a close-up view, so you can see right there that, you know, his face mask right now, his face sculpt right there. Of course, he's in angry mode. If you guys can see a bit more clearly, you can see, okay, it's got an outlining red eyes right there, you know, which has got some quite good detail. You know what I found very interesting also is in the back, they have little red safety cap for his, you know, for his barrel. I guess, you know, we got to be safety no matter how miniature your weapon could be, guys, right? So, you know, you can never be too safe. But in any case, as far as his sturdiness, you know, this is a very sturdy figure. I mean, it's very tight. It's not loose. If you can take a look, basically, I mean, his arm, you know, can rotate on a ball joint. Arms can pivot. And his hands, of course, are fixed. You know, there's no open hands. He's got a pair of basically open palm hands. And, of course, he's got a hand that also points his index finger. But, you know, overall, you know, the build of him is, you know, is quite good for the size. And he really does, you know, hold up pretty well, you know, as Megatron in a very small miniature representation. Let me see here. I'll go ahead and show you the back right there. So, you know, I don't have too many complaints, especially since the fact that, you know, the price you're paying for this, you're really getting your money's worth when you purchase, you know, this version of Megatron. In fact, let me take a look. Can he? Yes, he can. Let's go ahead and get him into, let's get him to kneel down. Let's see, Megatron, you want to kneel down for us? Let's see here. Well, it just meant, you know, you just got bashed in after a long night out fighting with Optimus. There we go. See, so basically that's as far as he's going to go if you want him to be in, you know, a kneeling pose. But again, like I said, his joints, okay, and all parts of his, like, his arms, his elbows, every joint is quite tight. So if you were to do any other poses or even get him to hold anything, you know, you wouldn't have any problems, definitely. I mean, he can stand up pretty well. It's not loose whatsoever. But so we got him now posed up with some of the energy blast effects. You can see he's actually holding his that little beam gun, and he's got his own side arm. He's got his blaster connected to his arm with a energy effect. You got Kremzeek in the back on his shoulder, and of course you got his ball and chain. Okay, I guess the only thing that they didn't have that was pretty much accurate to the actual model was the fact that his ball and chain is in his hand as opposed to actually being attached directly from his forearm.
My hunger for power! No! I'm going to end your hunger once and for all.
As you know, in the battles against Optimus Prime, both of them can actually switch out their hands, you know, for energy-related weapons. Their hands would retract, and then basically you could see that they would have the energy weapon come right out, and then their hand can be replaced again. So that's the only thing I think they didn't get completely accurate. But again, overall, I mean, again, this is actually quite a nice detailed figure, especially for the price, you know, you're paying. I don't think any licensed, or you could say branded item this small, okay, would ever cost the same, let alone have this much detail and accessories with it. So, you know, they're really doing a good job, you know, in trying to, you know, to please the fans and trying to come out with, you know, really competitive prices. It's a really cool gadget that they did come out with was with the stock, okay, from his gun and his barrel. It actually can become a standing cannon, as shown in the picture on the back of the JinBao box. So basically for here, all you got to do is you separate these two parts right here on the back of the stock. It becomes a stand, and then all you need to do is attach, again, the barrel to the front. And then let's take a look. Basically from there, it can become, okay, a hand cannon, or you can say a standing barrel for Megatron to use. So that's one gimmick in this particular set, you know, that they did really well. I mean, that is something that I think, you know, it works out pretty well. I remember they did do something else similar like that in previous versions of Megatron, but I definitely think, you know, it's nice that they actually continued with this kind of gimmick in its, you know, miniature version. So definitely, again, like I said, why is this money for value? This is definitely, you know, one of the things where you guys really should get one of these, especially since the price is just so amazing. Now, also, one of the last things that I forgot to mention as far as accessory-wise goes, it does come with this clear color acrylic stand. However, the only thing is this acrylic stand isn't actually movable. In fact, if you want to reposition some parts, you need to actually pull them off. There's no actual, like, swivel joints or anything. In fact, for here, you see, I've got to actually lock it in a certain way if I want each piece to be positioned in somewhat. So then I just have to really put the points, pull them off. And, you know, they're a bit tight, but again, like I said, you know, for its just own miniature free display, you can't really complain, guys. And this joint right here is where you insert, okay, and of all places, you've got to insert it in Megatron's rear, if you guys can see the circle. So, here we go, Megatron. Sorry to do this to you, buddy, but
I accept your terms. I accept.
I just want to demonstrate. Ouch. Ooch. Oh. Oh. Oh boy. That's why, you know, that's why you can see Megatron is, you know, he's always not really happy. And now for some size comparisons in robot mode. Here he is sized up next to the recently acquired Hot Toys War Machine Punisher version. And as you can see, okay, the War Machine is a 1:6 scale. And yes, he definitely just overtowers Megatron by almost, I would say, triple the size. But then, of course, you got Kremzeek on the bottom. Yep, you're feeling pretty small now, aren't you? Well, would you look at that? That's not a sight you're going to see every day. It looks like Devastator's actually shrank. Not really, guys. Of course, you all know that's the Kids Logic version of the Devastator that is actually non-transformable, and it does not separate whatsoever. But, of course, you can see Megatron right there in size comparison. Anyways, he's holding the key of Vector Sigma, and he's also got the Mind Helmet Controller. So I guess he's controlling Devastator, and he probably shrunk him to size. And now he is fully transformed into his gun mode. And basically, okay, I skipped the transformation part because, again, I do not want to make this too much of a long video. And I'm really want to see a transformation video to be done. Just leave a comment below, and I definitely promise I will do it for you guys. However, I don't want to bore you too much with transformations, so I'll let you know, though, that the transformation from his robot mode to his handgun mode is not like the simplest, but it's easy. Anybody can pretty much figure it out, you know, through a lot of just, you know, trial and error, guys, trial and error. Here, it's got his energy effect, okay, shot. He uses this one right here that you can actually put inside of his barrel in the front. As you guys noticed, I've also removed that red safety cap, so there you go. So if you just wanted to use him displayed with just his, you know, normal basic gun mode, there you have it. If up to the top, fits right onto the top just like this. There we go, attachment right there. And then of course we can also add on the back, okay, there we go, We're going to go ahead and add the back. Here, his stock on the back. There we go. All right, there it goes. Fits nice and gently right there. And then we're going to add in for an extended barrel. So let's go ahead and take this off right here. So we're going to go ahead and add that. And then we're going to go ahead and add his front barrel attachment. So let's go ahead and get that inside. It slides in quite nicely just from the side. So then, of course, here you go. You got his optional pieces right here to make it a very full length, okay, Megatron weapon. Overall, again, like I said, guys, nice job. I mean, honestly, you can see from my hand size, I mean, of course my hand's not that small, but from his hand size, if I'm actually holding it, okay, it looks kind of like this. So it is really one of the most miniature size Megatron weapons that you'll find on the market today. And of course, right here, the trigger button, it's not spring loaded, guys. So if you actually push it, it actually gets stuck in. So you do need to actually pull out. Mind you, okay, it would, for one of the best proportionate sizes, I do recommend trying to use them with the Toys Alliance Mega Size Optimus Prime. Although Optimus Prime can't transform, he's still a giant beast, and you can see it's almost perfectly accurate with his pistol. The only thing that is basically just a little bit too thick on the handle, basically. If the handle of Megatron was a bit thinner, then it would fit perfectly, but the proportionate size, as you can see, it works really, really well. Gosh, Megatron, you're just not having a good day, are you? So now we have a hand comparison right now with using Megatron together with the Titans version of Fortress Maximus. As you can see, Fortress Maximus' hands aren't big enough as well to grasp around Megatron's handle. His handle was just a bit more thinner. You could see that his fingers could probably grasp around. But unfortunately, okay, comparison-wise, it would look nice if he could just, hold it properly. But, this is about the best you're going to get, especially with, this size. Any smaller, it just wouldn't look right. And for the final comparison today, we're going to end off with Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet. It looks like here from the scale, from the 1:6 scale Hot Toys in-game Thanos, not even the power of the Infinity Stone can help Megatron. So basically you can see for the accuracy, not quite there. His gauntlet can't even wrap around, a bit too thick. I mean, comparison-wise, it would look like a very good weapon for him to use. However, I think that's the reason why the Avengers or Thanos himself will just stick to the Infinity Stones or his double-bladed sword. Isn't that right, Thanos? Hey guys, so overall, in my opinion, I definitely think this Megatron is definitely worth the value. So pretty much, if you guys can find it anywhere under 30 US bucks, even if you order online with the shipping and costs included, definitely get them. And even I think if for me, I guess if I was still back in the US, and I had to mail order him for that price that you see on the net, I probably would still get him because he really is, okay, a very, very, very good model figure. I mean, for that short size, for that articulation, okay, for those details and all those accessories, okay, you got the Kia Vector Sigma, you got Kremzeek, you got all that stuff, man, for just a low price. Definitely get him. I mean, for sure, if you guys can come out here to Hong Kong, get them right away too. Buy 3 or 4, share with your friends. That's awesome, dude. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys like it. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I'm all about, finding the best bargain and giving you guys the best price comparison so you guys can, again, see what it's like out here in Asia compared to back home in the US, Canada, Europe, wherever, guys. All right, so I'm Mr. Stan, and I'll see you guys on the next video.